Welcome to Delete That Later with Liz Fenton and Lisa Steinke.
We're best friends and co-authors having unfiltered conversations about the things that you care about.
Yay!
Yay, hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Okay, so we have this thing where we do every episode where we say what our diary entry would be for that week. So, Lisa, what is your diary entry for this week?
I'm going first.
Yes.
Okay, great. So I'm going to do a book-related one since we're going to be talking about books.
Okay.
Dear Diary, I have massively stepped out of my reading comfort zone. I'm reading a horror. I know, but it is so good. It's called Mother is Watching by Karma Brown. And I'm not going to say any more because I'm not quite finished because I have to be honest with you. I read it at night and it's scary, but in the best way. So I'm loving it. And
Okay.
I can't wait to tell everybody about it. But that's all I can say for
I
now.
do love Karma. So
Karma
I
is also just amazing because she's written like holiday rom-com. She's written all types of genres, and now she's doing horror, which I'm just
Yeah,
in
she's
awe
super
of her.
talented.
She's
Yeah.
very talented. So it's very, very good. But that's all I'll
Okay.
say for now because I'm not quite done. I literally have like this much left.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. What's your diary entry, Liz?
Mine would be Dear Diary, I have found my way back to books. So I have been having trouble like reading books. Like I've been listening to books. I drive a lot. I drive several hours a day. I do have a day job. And so I've been really getting into audiobooks, like and listening to them a lot and really enjoying them. And I kind of like you guys, I have so many books at home, and I feel like all those
I have
books.
a few too.
Yeah, I feel like all those books are like, hello. Whenever I go to bed, they're like staring at me, and then I do something else
I do
instead.
think I don't think there's any, I don't even know what the word is. I don't want to say shame or anything like that, but an audiobook is a book.
No, I know it is, and I
listening to
don't
it is
have.
just fine. And if that's all anybody does, fine.
I agree, but I do enjoy. I also want to get out of the habit of like watching TV at night and stuff too. So there's a lot of reasons.
Figure that out. Tell me how to do it.
Well, I'll tell you how I did it. I'll tell you, I have an iPad, and I that's what I watch at night, and it broke the other night. It
Oh.
wouldn't work. It like was like. I don't know what was going on with it, and so I felt like it was the universe because actually the next day I woke up and it was like totally fine, but it like shut down, and
I love
then
that
it wanted.
the universe is like, you are reading
The
tonight.
iPad was like, not tonight, girl. So I was like, fine. And I went and I'd had this book. So it's the Book of Lost Hours by Haley Gelfuso. I'm probably butchering her name.
That sounds good.
But it's totally my jam. It's like magical realism, like bending time, like
yeah, you love
I
that.
love
you
that
love bending.
stuff.
You love a good time bender.
I love a good time bender. I am also have about that much left of mine. I'm not done yet, but I think I've known for a while that was going to be the book I'd come back to because it's been sitting at the very top by my bed. And like I said, every time I'd go to bed, it was like, hello, I think you'd really like
Open
me.
me up, girl. I'm
here.
really good.
Anyway, so that's my diary entry.
Okay. Love it.
So today we're talking about books. This is our book club with Liz and Lisa. We're going to be doing it monthly where we just have a really short episode about something that we've read and why we like it. Kind of just a little bite.
Yeah.
A little morsel.
Just a nibble.
Yeah. So what did you choose
I
for
get to
this
go
month?
first again.
Yes!
This is exciting. Well, I have a prop. So for everybody watching, I'm holding up the book Awake by Jen Hatmaker. And I really just love memoirs. This is one of the best I've read in a really long time. And I sort of came across it in a really unusual way. I think I saw it like when I was on Amazon just shopping for something else and it popped up. It wasn't in my Instagram feed. It wasn't any of that. And I read the premise and I was just really intrigued. So I ordered it. which
Look at
isn't,
you.
I know, it's
I
not
think
like
we follow
typical.
her too, or did we follow
We
her
do
after?
now.
Oh, you
We
went and
didn't
followed her. Okay,
before.
got it, got it.
So she is very well known. I mean, basically, from what I've come to understand, she's got a platform on social media where she's giving a lot of advice to women about all things, women. And so that's what makes this book really interesting in particular, because she woke up one night after 26 years of marriage and overheard her husband whispering in bed to another woman.
He's whispering in bed.
He was, and I know.
He couldn't go into the other room.
I don't know I think he was
My
trying to get
God.
caught at this point. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
But her entire life was upended. They have 5 kids. I believe 2 of them they've adopted. Full family, very involved in their church, their community, and then online for her. And her whole world is just, turned upside down. And so it's her journey really over the next year of like discovering that her, husband has met somebody else, and sort of being honest with herself about the state of her own marriage and where it really was, because obviously it takes 2, and she's very fair to him and to the woman that he's now married to. I think she does a really good job, but what I love most about it is she's just an incredible writer. I mean, every chapter is just, those authors that there's never an extra word. It's like
Right.
she's like that. Like,
I have it saved on my I have it as an audiobook.
I would actually listen to it. I just, in this case, I just happened to order it, but I think it would be great to listen to, because I love when I don't listen to nearly as many books as you, and I only really listen to memoirs or,
Right.
biographies. Or autobiographies where it's like the person who wrote it is narrating it. And I like to listen to a lot of celebrities do them. In fact, Kenny Chesney has one, so I should be talking about
She's
that.
obsessed with Kenny Chesney. I'm sure that
Obsessed.
will come up a lot.
Well, I'm
on
going
this
to
pod.
definitely talk about that book as soon as I finish it. But I'm also reading that right now. So I would just say, if, you're looking for, and it's sad what happened to them, but her friends, this is the other thing I really loved about it. She's got an incredible circle of like long time friends who they just, like, one of them just literally DoorDash or sent her I think it was like a Starbucks gift certificate every week for months, just to help her along, and they were just all there for her in different ways, and she's got a great, like, circle of friends. So I loved that too, since I have you as a longtime friend, and I think, we would be there for each other like that.
Lisa's
I
working on getting in
know.
touch with her
I am.
emotions. So you're gonna hear a lot of that.
You are going to hear a lot of that. So, yes, Awake by Jen Hatmaker.
Great.
That was my book.
Well, mine is also a memoir. It's called Waiting for Britney Spears by Jeff Weiss. It was actually book of the month. If any of you are book of the month, like they also have audio selections now, which I really appreciate. Which I've been getting a lot of their audio selections. So I took this. So Jeff Weiss, he's an interesting guy. So what this does is, for those of you old enough to remember, like back in like the early 2000s,
The aughts.
the paps, like paparazzi. So Jeff Weiss was basically a tabloid reporter in that era with like Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie, and when Britney Spears was, kind of early times before all the conservatorship and all those things. And he talks about, like, he was actually front and center for like a lot of those big things that you look back, like if you look of like what happened like in pop culture that year, it'll be like stuff that happened. Like he was there, like when Britney
Shaved her head.
but also when she went on New Year's and married that guy Jason Alexander. Like they were
yeah.
at the Palms Hotel trying to track her down. Like the first night she met Jason Alexander, or maybe he was from her hometown, so I knew her, but the first time they were seen together, he was there one of the first nights she was with K-Fed.
Wow.
He was at, they were trying to crash the wedding. he actually got, like, arrested, like, when, Brad Pitt was, like, that whole when he had just split from Jennifer Aniston and was with Angelina
Oh,
Jolie, but
yeah.
no one had seen them together
Mhm.
yet, like, he was one of the first, but he actually
Was
got,
he
like,
on that island?
he
Or
tried to
wherever
go
they
there, but
were?
there was in Malibu, they
Mm.
were throwing, like, a birthday party for Maddox or Shiloh or
Yeah, one of them.
someone, and, he, like, actually got, like, tackled by the security team and then
Oh, wow.
arrested. But this is why it's interesting, okay? Because obviously during that time, the paparazzi was really problematic. And I think, I do think celebrities, I think they're due privacy. I don't think that just because you're a celebrity, like you just give up all your privacy. I don't love all that. So, what is great about this book, and I think why it's a little different than other books like this, is he really is pretty introspective about his time doing it. And I think he never really felt great about it. He was really young. He was right
Yeah, I
out of
was about to
college.
say, he's gotta be our age.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he was. And I think he's even a little younger than us. He
Yeah.
was in his early 20s, and so he really kind of always had
That
this
was us too.
juxtaposition of needing the money, and then, I think there were a lot of things he was getting out of it, but constantly like questioning it. And he would work
Mhm.
with this paparazzi photographer named Oliver, who is very famous, who a lot of like the celebrities had a good relationship with. So it's just all of it's really interesting. He now actually, I went and looked him up after I read this, and he's actually he's a very respected hip hop, like report on hip hop. He has a podcast. So it was a really interesting perspective, and he actually, it's kind of interesting because even though he was a part of the machine, he also was like very judgmental of other paps and reporters that he didn't feel like they were doing it right or doing it in a respectful way, even though he wasn't really, I mean, they were like also doing it, like they were at the
Maybe
Palms.
he just means he had a conscience,
Yeah.
whereas maybe some of them, maybe even though he still did it, he was
Yeah. And also the evolution too of when things started changing from like the old school paparazzi and things started getting
right.
more digital, and how like a lot of those old school paps were phased out.
Right.
So it's just really interesting.
I want to read this.
Yeah, I think he does a really nice job narrating it too.
Hmm.
And actually he had always wanted to be a writer. And so I think he was writing this novel at the time. So a lot of the stuff he wrote, you can tell he wrote it kind of in the moment. And he's an excellent writer.
How did you come across this book?
Oh, I mentioned book of the month.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So I never would have found it. I don't know how it's done or whatever.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's good. And I'm not even sure it was available. Sometimes on the book of the month, they'll have audiobooks that weren't available in the hardcover. So you got to look at both, because there'll be books that are just audio. So always make sure you go look at that audio section.
So
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Very helpful.
Yeah. So that is my book, Waiting for Britney Spears by Jeff Weiss.
Nice. Well, I'm going to check that out, and you're going to check mine out.
I am going to check yours out. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for being with us today on Delete That Later. Come find us on Instagram, Delete That Later Podcast. You can find our Instagram is Lisa and Liz. And then if you're old school, Facebook, Liz Fenton and Lisa Steinke. And all these links are always on our website at lizandlisa.com. And if you like this podcast today, please leave us a review. That's how we find other people.
Thank you.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.